Let's now shift our focus to Goa, where former editor-in-chief of Tejpal, Tejpal, today has said that the charge sheet against him is simply political vendetta and that there is no truth to them. He is, of course, referring to the mammoth charge sheet that was filed by the Goa police yesterday, which books him under Section 376 of the rape, making him the first high-profile person to be charged under India's new rape law. In filing the charge sheet yesterday, the Goa police said they had sufficient evidence against him, specifically referring to the CCTV footage and, more significantly, his emails to the victim, whose claims that she was sexually assaulted. First, remember, broken social media, which continues to track every development on this story. In fact, just to give you a sense, one of the developments on this story that went viral was, in fact, this letter on a news website called News Laundry. It was written by Nirupama Sikri, and it once again highlights one of the problems that a huge number of feminists have been fighting against, which is blaming the victim. She says that she does not look at that girl as a victim. Of course, to this, there has also been a response that has been posted by one of the victim's very, very close friends, Revati Lal, who has given a point-by-point rebuttal of that. Quickly want to introduce our panelists. We've got Kavita Krishnan, who has been working very closely also with the victim. We're also joined by Rohit, who is a lawyer. And from Mumbai, we're joined by Arefi, who's also going to be bringing some perspective. She is a writer with Scroll.in. Kavita, quickly want to throw that News Laundry piece across to you first. And I know we've talked about this, we've banged on about this so many times, but here we have it yet again, a case of blaming the victim.
It's actually, that's not the only one. It's an absolutely shocking thing that has been ongoing for a very long time now, whereby in this case, there's an entire sort of team of people working in order to malign and pillory this complainant. All right. And what Tejpal is saying, I mean, you said that he's saying the complaint is, the charge sheet is motivated. If you look at that charge sheet, it is actually a very, very soberly drafted charge sheet. It's not excitable at all. It's not using any kind of excitable language. And it is solid from page 1 to the last page. Okay. It is so thick with evidence that it is very hard. I'm not trying to pass judgment in advance. Let me make that very clear here. But it is certainly not something that can be dismissed as a political fabrication. Not at all. And this kind of victim blaming that the News Laundry piece does, you know, she's calling her the victim, but it's actually making fun of her, saying BBMing feminist, bubblegum feminist. I mean, it's a woman who complains about abuse by a person, her boss, all right, and a serious case of molestation and rape. She makes a serious charge. Does she have to suffer being taunted? And, you know, if I use a BBM, if somebody uses a BBM, does that make her, is it incapable, can she not be raped? Because that is what the Tejpal's lawyers also were trying to claim, that a woman who is emancipated and so on and so forth, she's not this typical Indian woman, and so she can't be raped, essentially. And this is what is happening even in the News Laundry piece.
And in fact, Kavita, it's interesting. One of the things that you mentioned is that, you know, his coterie has in fact been trying to pillory her on many counts. But one of the counts that they've used, Rohit, is that they've talked about the fact that this law is too draconian, and this new rape law under which he's charged now is too draconian.
There can certainly be some debate as to the proportion of punishment which is in the act, in the new amendment, and also some presumptions have been reversed. In any of the law, you see TADA, POTA, that's what human rights activists used to complain, that presumption is, the burden of proof is reversed, like it comes on the accused. So if that trend is to be seen, that is certainly there in the new amendment. And
in the new rape law? No, not in the new rape law.
I give you one instance. For example, if it is proved sexual intercourse was there, then if a woman says that she has consented, she has not consented, so it will be presumed that she has not consented.
But
I have to clarify
just want to throw that back to you, Kavita. One of the things that was argued ahead of bringing this law out in the first place, that, you know, rape of a woman is not just non-consensual penovaginal intercourse. It's penetration of any bodily part.
It is penetration by object and so on and so forth. But I want to respond to what Rohit said. See, what the law says is it has redefined consent definitely, but it does not place the onus on the accused to prove his innocence. Not at all. The point is that the way in which consent is defined is, it's very important that it be defined this way. All it says is that there doesn't have to be the consent has to be an affirmative consent. Okay, the woman has to have actually said yes, all right, and by word or gesture or whatever it is, you cannot just presume consent to be existing, which is what the case could have been, the way in which the previous law was being interpreted. Now that's important in this particular case. In any case, this question doesn't arise, because even I don't think anybody is disputing the fact that she said no. All right, from day one, her testimony has not shifted an inch. Her testimony, and I'm not, again, I'm not prejudging. The complainants, I'm judging only by the fact that the complainant's testimony has not shifted an inch from day one, from the minute it happened and she told her colleagues, from that minute till now, till the charge sheet, filing of the charge sheet, she has continued to say, I said no.